Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of the wines of Coolshanagh Vineyards. Really neat winery that is not really well known, very small production BC winery, so I'm really glad that they were brought to my attention. This was established in 2004 by Skip and Judy Stothert, and they had a career not in winemaking. They bought a property and they left the actual winemaking and the distribution to the Okanagan Crush Pad. Basically, they deliver the grapes up to them and the Okanagan Crush Pad, I guess, labels, bottles, and distributes for them. So they bought the property in 2004 and then thought it was a great place for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. It took a couple of years for the vines to kind of mature and start to give out grapes. And they sold their initial grapes between 2008 and 2014 to Foxtrot Vineyards. So in 2014, they decided to establish their own vineyard and started producing small lot Chardonnay and a little bit of Pinot Noir. So it's not very much. I think it's somewhere between like 300 and 700 cases a year of Chardonnay and, probably less than 100 cases of Pinot Noir. So not very much wine. They only have about 2.5 acres of land. The name Coolshanagh comes from a Celtic word meaning meeting place for friends. Their vineyard site is in the Naramata Bench overlooking the Okanagan Lake, and their soil is limestone with calcium carbonate, and it's got a good southwest slope, good drainage and good sunlight, and what they think is ideal conditions for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir grapes. Today we're going to try two of their wines. The first is their Blanc de Blanc, which is the 2019. It's aged 29 months in bottle, and it sells for $400 a case, which is about 33 bucks a bottle, not bad. And then their second wine is their 2019 Chardonnay. And this was fermented in a combination of concrete, old puncheons, and stainless steel before it was combined into final blend. So this is $360 a case, about $30 a bottle of wine. Not expensive wines, and I like the idea that this is kind of a producer that has decided on what they would like to produce, and it's small lot. Let's smell and taste these wines. I'll let you know that this is the second day. I did taste them yesterday with a group of friends. The first, we're going to taste the Coolshanagh 2019 Blanc de Blanc. I believe this is their first vintage of a sparkling wine, so let's take a try. So on the aroma, I get some white flowers, some tropical fruits, and a slight bit of toastiness, but not much. But really vibrant on the smell, and quite aromatic. On the taste, I get a lot of vibrant tropical fruits, mangoes in particular. That tartness is great, good acidity, a little bit of pineapples. And then as it moves through, you'll get a little bit of toastiness, like brioche, like some toast, and some white flowers like acacia on the end palate there. So really quite a clean, crisp, sparkling wine. And the only other Blanc de Blanc that comes to mind is Ruinart. I think Ruinart has a bit more complexity, but Ruinart is also 3 times the price. So I think this is a very good product, and really enjoy it. I think it's vibrant. It's got a nice taste to it. It spent 29 months in bottle, and so the color is actually pretty good on this. It's got a little bit of a nice color, like a little darker yellow on it. So I'm going to rate it 89 points. Let's go to the next wine, which is the Coolshanagh 2019 Chardonnay. On the smell of this, I do get very similar notes. I get white flowers. I get the tropical fruits, but in this situation, I get more of the buttered, vanilla, toasty, oak barrel kind of aromas. I don't know how much oak is in this, but it does smell quite toasty and kind of woody on the aroma here. On the taste, I do also get tropical fruits, but I get more like also white peaches, maybe stone fruits, pineapple. Not as much as the tart mangoes as I get with the sparkling wine. On the aftertaste, again, I get a little bit more oak influence. Again, I don't know how much oak they use in this, but it seems to me it's got some butter, some vanilla, and some toast elements to this, and also white flour. So I really like this. We also drank this with the Mer Soleil Chardonnay, which is in the same price point. And most people in our group actually preferred this wine because the flavors were a bit more clear and precise, and the intensity of flavor was a little bit better. Compared to some of the other BC wines, BC Chardonnays that I love, like Blue Mountains Chardonnay, I also like Cedar Creek Chardonnay, I like the Unsworth and Blue Grouse Chardonnays. This is a little bit different stylistically. For most of those, I would classify a lot of BC Chardonnays as what they call peaches and cream type Chardonnays. This actually compares quite well with US type Chardonnays. I don't think it's heavy, but it's quite, the body is quite good on this. It's probably medium bodied or medium plus. And it's got that little bit of toastiness that you would see in US Chardonnay. So I think this is a attractive comparable to a lot of those US Chardonnays in the same price range. And there's quite a few of them that are in the $30, $40 range. But I think this is quite a good wine also. My rating would be 89 points. In summary, I'm really impressed with these wines. This is the first time I've had Coolshanagh Vineyard wines, and I'm quite impressed. I like the idea that they've focused on two grape varietals that they think grow well with their climate and terroir, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. I like the idea that it's a passionate owner that basically believes in the winery and has produced small lots of this. So I like that part of it, and I like the price point. I think at $30 to $40 a bottle with these two. I think the Chardonnay is $30 a bottle. The sparkling is about $33 a bottle. I think that provides very good quality to price ratio, and so I'm very pleased with this tasting. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Until next time, happy drinking.